Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. In the lively streets of Verona, there was one thing you could always count on: trouble between the Montagues and Capulets. Their hatred for each other was like a bad habit. No one knew why it started, but they couldn't seem to stop. One sunny morning, two Capulet servants, Samson and Gregory, strolled through the market. Samson spotted some Montague servants and puffed out his chest. "Do you bite your thumb at us?" he asked, raising his hand like it was a grand insult. Gregory, a Montague servant, smirked. "I bite my thumb, but only because I'm bored looking at your face." "Say that again," Samson snapped. "I said your face is so dull, I'd rather fight the goat over there," Gregory shot back. Within seconds, the market turned into chaos. Swords clashed, people yelled, and a cart full of apples tipped over, spilling fruit everywhere. A chicken flapped wildly, and even the goat ran for cover. The noise brought out the Prince of Verona, who stormed into the square. "What is this madness?" he bellowed, glaring at both sides. "If I catch you fighting again, I'll fine you so much you'll wish you'd been born goats instead of noblemen." The crowd quickly dispersed, muttering complaints as they went. Across town, Romeo Montague wasn't part of the fight. He was busy being miserable under a shady tree. "Oh, Rosalind," he sighed, clutching a flower. "Your beauty is like the moonlight, but your heart is as cold as winter's frost." Benvolio, his cousin, sat beside him, rolling his eyes. "Romeo, you've got to let this go. She doesn't love you, and frankly, your poetry is getting worse." "But my heart aches for her. It's like trying to hold on to a rose. It hurts, but you can't let go." "Romeo, you're lovesick, not actually sick. But if you keep talking like that, I might call a doctor or a poet to help you improve your terrible lines." Benvolio stood up, brushing the dirt off his clothes. "Fine. If you want to be miserable, be miserable. But there's a party at the Capulet house tonight. Maybe you'll meet someone who actually likes you, and if not, at least there'll be good wine." That night, Romeo arrived at the Capulet mansion with his friend Mercutio, who was the life of any party. As they walked through the gates, Mercutio grinned. "Romeo, tonight's your chance to stop crying and start smiling. And if you embarrass yourself, I'll be here to laugh." Inside, the ballroom sparkled with lights, music, and laughter. Romeo's eyes scanned the crowd until they landed on Juliet. She wasn't just beautiful, she was breathtaking. "Did my heart love till now?" Romeo whispered to himself. "For I never saw true beauty till this night." Juliet noticed Romeo staring and raised an eyebrow. "You're staring so much, I'm starting to feel like a painting," she said with a playful smile. "Forgive me," Romeo replied, smiling back. "It's not every day a man sees an angel." "Careful," Juliet teased, her cheeks pink. "Flattery might get you somewhere, but not everywhere." As they danced, their playful words grew softer, their connection deeper. But when Juliet discovered later that Romeo was a Montague, her heart sank. "My only love sprung from my only hate," she whispered in despair. Unbeknownst to them, this was only the beginning of a love so powerful and so tragic, it would change Verona forever. Romeo sneaks into Juliet's garden after the party, unable to stop thinking about her. He stands below her balcony, gazing up at her as she appears in the window above. "But soft! What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun." "Who's there? I know you're sneaking around like a cat burglar. Show yourself, or I'll call the guards." "It's me, Romeo, the guy who just saw the most beautiful woman in the world and couldn't help but fall in love with her. You should be flattered." "You know, I should probably be mad at you for sneaking around my garden, but I'm too busy being impressed by your smooth talk." "I swear, Juliet, I'd climb to the moon just to see you. I would fight an army of wolves to protect you. I'd... Okay, Romeo. Save the drama for the theater. But seriously, what are you doing here? My family's going to throw you into the river if they find you. I couldn't stay away, Juliet. Your beauty is like the sun. I can't even describe it because I've never seen anything like it before. Romeo, are you sure you're not just caught up in the moment? You just met me. How could you possibly be in love already? Because every time I look at you, I forget everything else. It's like I've known you forever. All right, Romeo, I'm falling for the charm. But let's be real here. My family would never approve of us. You're a Montague, and I'm a Capulet. Our love is impossible. I don't care about family feuds. I care about you, Juliet. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to be with you. Romeo, you say that now, but can you really promise that? What if things go wrong? What if we get hurt? I swear, Juliet, I'd risk everything for you. Love doesn't care about rules or family names or any of that. It's just us. Just you and me. Romeo, what if we can't be together? What if our families tear us apart? I don't want to live in, we'll figure it out, Juliet. We'll make it work. Love always finds a way. They both pause, staring at each other, caught between their love and the impossible situation they're in. For a moment, everything else disappears. Romeo, promise me that no matter what happens, you won't forget me. I could never forget you. I'd rather forget the world than forget you. After the balcony scene, Romeo and Juliet have just exchanged their vows of love, unaware of the storm that's about to hit. The next day, Romeo rushes off to see Friar Lawrence to make arrangements for their secret marriage. Romeo and Friar Lawrence, bursting into Friar Lawrence's cell. Friar Lawrence, I need your help. I'm in love, truly in love, and I need to marry Juliet right now. Friar Lawrence, Romeo, I thought you were crying over Rosalind yesterday. What happened to her? Did she suddenly disappear, or did you just get hit in the head with Cupid's arrow? Forget Rosalind, Friar. Juliet is my world now. No more games. I'm serious. I need to marry her today. All right. I'll help you, but you're going to have to stop being so dramatic. This isn't a movie. It's real life. But fine. Let's do this before you two drive me insane with your love-struck nonsense. Romeo and Juliet are married in secret by Friar Lawrence, full of excitement, but also a little nervous about the dangers they're both facing. Juliet's excitement shines through her tears, even though she's aware of how risky it is. I don't care what anyone says. You and I are meant to be. When I look at you, I feel like I'm home. Romeo, taking her hand. Me too, Juliet. With you, everything makes sense. You're all I need. But even in this moment of happiness, their world is about to change. Tybalt, Juliet's cousin, doesn't know about Romeo and Juliet's secret marriage, and he's furious at Romeo for crashing the Capulets' party. Romeo encounters Tybalt on the street, and Tybalt, wanting to duel him, calls him out. Romeo, now secretly married to Juliet, refuses to fight. Hey Tybalt, I'm not your enemy. I'm actually family now. So, can we call this off and go get some lunch instead? I'll even buy. Tybalt, furious. You think you can just waltz into my family's life and act like nothing happened? No, you'll pay for this. Mercutio, stepping forward, laughing. Romeo, you're really going to let him walk all over you like that? Do I need to teach him some manners? No, Mercutio. Please don't. I don't want to fight him. But before Romeo can stop it, Mercutio and Tybalt start dueling, and Romeo, trying to break them up, accidentally causes Mercutio to get fatally wounded. Mercutio, gasping. Romeo, you ruined it. You were supposed to save me, not just stand there looking like a deer in headlights. This is my fault. I never wanted this. I was trying to stop it all. Don't cry for me, Romeo. But next time, don't try to play peacemaker with a sword in your hand. Mercutio dies, and Romeo, overwhelmed with guilt and rage, confronts Tybalt. He kills Tybalt in a fit of anger. What have I done? Tybalt, why? What happened to the peace we wanted? How could this be my life now? Romeo runs away, leaving behind a scene of chaos and sadness. Juliet, still unaware of what happened, waits eagerly for her wedding night with Romeo. Juliet waits for Romeo in her bedroom, but her joy is soon shattered when the nurse rushes in, delivering the tragic news. Juliet, I've got bad news. Romeo, he killed Tybalt. He's been banished from Verona. You'll never see him again. No, this can't be happening. My love, my Romeo, he's gone? Why does everything have to go wrong? Juliet collapses on her bed, tears streaming down her face. She doesn't know what to do. She wanted to marry Romeo, but now it seems impossible. Why is it that every time I get close to happiness, the world takes it away from me? Tybalt is gone, and Romeo is far away. What am I supposed to do now? I know it's tough, but maybe things will settle down. Maybe Romeo can come back, and you two can run away together. I don't care where we go, just take me to him. I don't care if it's the end of the world. I'll go with him. After Tybalt's death, Romeo has vanished from Verona. He hides in Friar Lawrence's cell, consumed by guilt and fear. Juliet, heartbroken, secretly arranges to meet him one last time before he must leave the city. Romeo, pacing anxiously. Friar Lawrence, my life is over. Juliet probably hates me. Her cousin is dead because of me, and now I'm banished. What kind of husband am I? Friar Lawrence, rolling his eyes. Romeo, stop being so dramatic. You're alive, aren't you? That's better than being dead. You young lovers are always so quick to think the world is ending. But being away from Juliet is like being dead. It's worse. It's like being stuck in a world without sunlight or cookies. Fine. I'll send you to Juliet tonight so you two can say goodbye. Just try not to do anything stupid while you're at it. Late that night, Romeo sneaks into Juliet's room. They embrace tightly, both knowing their time is short. Juliet, whispering, holding back tears. Romeo, you've come. But why does this feel like a dream? It's like the stars are trying to pull us apart. Romeo, wiping her tears. Don't cry, Juliet. If the stars are against us, I'll just steal the moon and bring it to you. Nothing can keep us apart, not even banishment. Juliet, smiling through her tears. Steal the moon? That's sweet, but I think you've already stolen my heart, thief. They share a bittersweet laugh, but the weight of their situation hangs heavily between them. Promise me, Romeo, that we'll find a way to be together again, no matter what it takes. Romeo, holding her face. I promise, Juliet. I'll come back for you. Even if I have to walk through fire, I'll return. The misunderstanding. After Romeo leaves, Friar Lawrence comes up with a risky plan. He gives Juliet a potion that will make her appear dead so she can escape the Capulet household and reunite with Romeo. This looks like something that should be on a witch's shelf, not in my hands. Are you sure it's safe? Of course it's safe. Would I give you something dangerous? Trust me, it's like a really deep nap. You'll wake up perfectly fine, and Romeo will be there to whisk you away. But the plan goes horribly wrong. Romeo never gets the message explaining the plan. Instead, he hears that Juliet has died. Romeo rushes to Juliet's tomb, heartbroken and overwhelmed with grief. My love, my Juliet, even in death, you are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Why did the world take you from me? Without you, life means nothing. He takes out a vial of poison, ready to join Juliet in death. Here's to us, my love, to the life we could have had, and the dreams that will never come true. Just as he drinks the poison, Juliet begins to wake up. Romeo, is that you? Why are you talking to yourself like a poet again? Juliet, you're alive? But I just drank poison. Poison? Romeo, why can't you just wait 5 minutes like a normal person? I guess I've always been impatient. even for death. Juliet holds him tightly as the poison takes effect. "No, Romeo, stay with me. You promised we'd be together." "I'm sorry, Juliet. I really tried." As Romeo dies, Juliet looks at the dagger by his side. "Romeo, you promised me forever, but forever was too short. If love cannot keep us together in this life, then let death unite us in the next." She presses her lips to his, a bittersweet kiss, and whispers, "If you're leaving, I'm coming with you. I won't let the world keep us apart. Wait for me, my love. I'm coming home." She takes the dagger gleams in her hand, and with one final breath, she joins him, leaving the world in silence, but their love echoing forever in the hearts of those who remember, her last words a promise of eternal love. Despite its tragic end, the story highlights the depth of Romeo and Juliet's love, a force so strong they defy their world to be together. Lesson: true love is selfless, but love without wisdom can lead to sorrow. Let go of grudges and seek understanding. Hatred harms not only those you despise, but also those you love. In the end, their love becomes a symbol of reconciliation,